Hello and welcome to this. This podcast doesn't really have a name yet. I just wanted an excuse to talk about some anime with a few cool peeps. So whatever, we'll name this podcast in post. But with me today is Holden from Holden Reviews.
Oh man, it's Holden Casanova now, dude.
Oh yeah, shit, it's Holden Casanova. I completely forgot. Yeah,
it's all good.
Shall I say it's Gene from Exdisturbed Gene's next?
No,
just throw. It's throwback. It's Throwback Thursday today. That's when we're recording. Gene from Anime Appraisal.
Hi guys.
Oh, we have Throwback Thursday. Well, then we also have Joey, Mr. Anime. Oh wait, that's too much of a throwback.
That's a throwback no one wants to be thrown back to.
We have Joey, aka the Anime Man.
Hello.
Oh my god, and we got Aki from, I don't know, just Aki from Akidearest. Yeah, Aki from Akidearest. Yes, so thank you very much for joining us today, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so
how many time zones do we have?
Yeah, we got 3 different time zones this time.
three totally different time zones, because I think the difference between us, what day is it where you guys are? I think
no, we're still on the same day, which is what I made sure. You guys just needed to wake up extra fucking early, and they're recording in the nighttime. Okay. And for once, now that I'm in the middle, I get to record at a reasonable time.
You must love it.
Weird. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, the original reason I wanted to bring everyone together was because obviously the new season started, but there was one show in particular that sparked this off, and it was when Gene just happened to shoot me a message saying, "So, hey Gant, I just really, really want to talk to someone about our new Lord and Savior, Eromanga Sensei."
Oh, it is. The future is here.
The future is here. So, Gene, you wanted to talk. You wanted to talk first. So, what did you want to say about it first of all?
Okay. All right. I feel maybe a little wrong saying this, but I've never had a waifu before.
Oh,
and
no!
I think I have a fucking waifu.
No.
No.
Oh my god. Is it Sagari? Please.
Yes, Sagiri.
No.
Sagiri
no.
Izumi. Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Why not?
Rest in peace.
Gene has a fucking
Rest in peace.
Emoto waifu now.
Yes. Oh my god.
We heard it here first. But yeah, Joey, you watched an episode of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
What were your first impressions of it?
I mean, what was I expecting from an anime where the first word they uttered was immortal? First word of the first episode was immortal. I'm like, well, I just came into exactly what I was expecting to come into.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the ride?
It's from the same light novel writer as the guy who wrote Orimo, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And you can definitely see that, because I think like they're both meant to be set in the same universe. But I will say, like, I went into the show just like ready to just like hate it, I went into it as being like, this is absolute garbage.
The perfect mindset to enter entertainment with.
Yeah. And so what happened? Time
to hate.
I was like, this. I saw all the fucking gifs, and everyone was like, "Oh, Sagari's waifu. What Sagari's?"
Hey.
Whatever. And that fucking scene in the second episode
where she's blindfolded.
No, that was in the 6th episode, but there's a scene in the 2nd episode where there's this like 12-year-old girl saying like, fucking, I love dick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's seen that clip. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, Chin Chin, It's like fucking Filthy Frank just like came in and was like, I'm gonna write this character. But that was like, that was all I knew about the show. And I was like, this is gonna be awful. This is gonna be trash. And I watched it, and it was absolute trash. But I just enjoyed myself so much.
It's one of those anime that it's like you can't look away from. You just need to continue to just bask in how bad it is and everything that's bad about it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like this perfect car crash of like the worst things you can find in an anime. Like you have
the one car crash you'd never think you'd see in person.
Exactly. It's just you got the fucking Immorto's little sister. You got all this fan service. You got this girl who fucking apparently likes dick, and it's lollies, and it's fucking like if I talk about this show. Yeah, if I talk about this show in public, I'd get like the weirdest fucking look.
You would be known as like the biggest pervert ever.
Yeah. exactly. I mean, Gene, are you enjoying it? Like, honest to God, are you enjoying
I'm
it?
absolutely loving it, and I'm loving it so much more than I liked Ori Emo. Like, when we had that talk about Ori Emo back in the day.
I know. I remember when I had that talk about it.
I was like, I liked it, but there was nothing that, I don't know, like, I just didn't see the hype that you guys saw on it. I just watched it and was like, okay, it's a satisfactory show. Like, it's good. But this is, like, actually grabbing my attention. I'm just so, like, hooked in this story, and a part of me doesn't really know why either, but, like, I just can't look away. It's just, like...
It's the lollies.
I think
got the lollies.
I mean, it could be the lollies, but it's just weird for me because, I mean, I've seen a lot of anime, I've seen a lot of fucking fan service and etchiness, so why do I like it from a little girl?
I don't know either, and I think it's like
Wrong.
like this is the kind of show where, like, if you watch it and you kind of enjoy it, you know that you're way too deep into anime.
Yeah, you're like going to hell.
Yeah, like you are going to hell, and like if you don't have an appreciation, or not even an appreciation, just like knowledge of like some of like the weirder things in anime, like you'd obviously think this is weird, but for some reason, it's not exactly a satire, but it's just relishing in the worst parts of anime.
Yeah.
And to me, that's why I find it so entertaining. I mean, Aki and Joey, are you guys enjoying it, or are you guys having the opposite effect? 'Cause I know.
Oh God, no! I hate it.
Dude, just from what I've seen,
Brilliant.
like, okay, I read the summary on this.
Right.
And I wasn't going to be confident in this at all. Then from what I've seen in the GIFs, it looks just as bad and if not worse than what I'm expecting.
It might have to be though, because like I also like equally disliked Orimo.
Yeah, so maybe because
It could
you're
be that, and
expecting
also,
another
like-
Orimo.
And like
Fucking love Dorimo.
yeah, and Eromanga Sensei is literally just an Orimo reskin, so it's like
It's Orimo, but just even trashier, and I didn't think that was possible. I did not
Yeah,
think
so-
that was possible.
yeah, exactly.
Really?
Like even from just episode 1, I was just like, wow, this puts like the ending of Orimo
You know
season
what?
2 to shame.
Well, you know what's sad about this is this is probably going to be very big in Japan.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Man, it's
It
not
is,
big
it
already in Japan. Yeah.
Actually, it kind of already is.
Yeah.
I mean, Orimo was fucking massive in Japan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like the main difference between them, though, is just like, even though the scenario is just about the same, it would be like the little sisters themselves. Like, you go from
Right.
Kirino, who was like an otaku, but was like a model, outgoing,
she was
spoken
a
person.
tsundere was the big
Tsundere, right? And then you go
Tsundere.
to
Yeah.
like Sigiri, which is like just my type of girl. The complete opposite. I'm not a fan of tsunderes, by the way. Like, I don't know.
I love tsunderes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I'm
But
just
you
gonna
like
point-
Sugi.
Look, Sydney is the only tsundere for me. Like, other than that, I just do not like tsunderes. I don't know. There's something about them. Just, I don't see it except in Sydney.
I don't mind tsunderes, like it just depends on like how they're like written.
And how
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's
cool they
just
can be.
so, like, I don't know. I just feel like they always
there's,
sing the
like-
same
Sometimes
line.
it just makes me want to like hit them, and then other times it's just like, oh, I can kind of see why they're kind of stuck up like this.
Yeah, it's like the difference between like basic tsunderes like Asuna from Sword Art Online or something, which is just like,
God.
which
Tsundere for the sake of tsundere.
yeah, tsundere for the sake of tsundere. And then there's like, I mean, I'd say, I do like Kirino, but I can see why people hate her because she is kind of a bitch and really bratty. But
Yeah.
but like you get to like the next level where it's like they actually have some depth behind them, and you know you look at things like Senjigahara or Asuka, who they are
Yeah.
still bitchy, but they have a bit more depth behind them, and I can get
Yeah.
behind that character. But then there's a lot of characters. Any deres with a decent amount of depth, I can get behind. I do have a preference to tsunderes, but any deres with a
For the sake of being just that kind of character.
yeah, exactly. The characters that are basically made to appeal.
Just to help with the plot
yeah, exactly.
in the story, basically.
To help feed that fetish, I'd say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even see feeding the plot. Just say, yeah, just the fetish, just the fact that oh look, new girl.
I'm into yanderes. Oh, I like this anime because there's a yandere.
And
in
I
it.
guess it's because like the market really wants to feed off of best girls.
I have
Yeah.
never understood yanderes. Like, I still do not understand. Like, I understand most. Like, I don't always like all the deres, but I understand their appeal. I still, to this day, like, I can't understand yanderes. I just can't.
I can't understand people who are like, I want a yandere for a girlfriend. I'm like, so you have suicidal tendencies, or
Yeah.
You wanna,
I mean,
you
I
want a
can-
psychopath as a girlfriend?
yeah, you want to die, or
You want to
Yeah,
be
I
like
didn't-
manipulated and controlled and possibly stabbed in your sleep?
Yeah, I didn't really know how big like the demand was for yandere to be even like a fetish sort of thing.
Yeah.
Until I just kept seeing people like saying, "Oh man, I would want like the perfect yandere girlfriend," but the whole concept of that kind of relationship isn't really done well. I mean, but I still have like
So it's like they want
yandere.
they want to submiss, basically.
Yeah, but I can still like yandere characters. But I mean, obviously, I don't like them in the concept of like fetish. But I've seen some pretty sick yandere.
yeah, well, like I'm with Gun in the thing that like I don't mind the deres as long as there's like some kind of depth or like some kind of reasoning to their personality.
like Kaede from Shuffle. She's flipping fantastic.
Yeah, that's like a yandere that like makes sense.
Shuffle.
My favorite
God.
yandere is
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday.
What was that, Holden?
Claire from Bakuna was my favorite yandere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's
was
great.
she was great.
She's the mute girl.
I
Yeah.
still have
Yeah,
not
yeah,
seen
yeah.
Bakuno yet.
Dude.
That's pretty weird.
How
Gee.
dare you?
Go watch Bakuno now!
Just forget the season. Actually, this is a pretty good season. This is actually a pretty good season. But forget the season.
Yeah, let's just talk about Bakuna for now.
Oh, no!
Can we just talk about Bakuno?
No, please.
Oh my god. No,
When I get to it.
Just go. How long have you known me, Gene? And how long have I been just telling you to go watch Bakuno?
Yeah, about 7
Yeah.
and a half
It's only
years
12
now.
episodes, dude.
about 7.5 years.
Yeah, and I still, when is now?
I don't know. But like going back to Eromanga Sensei, I guess the best and worst thing about it is that it takes all the tropes you see, all like the shallow tropes you see in these like otaku baiting like shows, especially in like the light novel shows that we see a lot these days. Like you have a ton of them every season, and I mean mostly now they have really stupid long ass names, which I don't know why that's
Because authors are just getting lazy with making creative titles.
yeah. But it's just, Eromanga Sensei just appeals to, like, the trash side of me. And there is a trash side of me.
I mean, yeah, you liked Big Order, dude.
Everybody has a trash side.
Yeah, everyone has a trash
side, dude. Like,
There's no shame.
you know, that whole like guilty pleasure anime. You know, like everyone has like a just. If you
Yeah.
look at it as a reviewer, it's just the worst anime you could imagine.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? I still watch this because it gets me through a good day.
I mean, the best way to get to know someone is when you learn what their trash side is.
Yeah.
Because Eddie, it reminds me of Joey when we met for the first time in Akihabara.
Perfect place to meet.
Perfect place
Yeah,
to meet.
the only place to meet.
Yeah.
And so like. The first thing he takes me to is like your typical like anime shop, it's just like we go through these floors and floors of just figurines or whatever. What is standard anime stuff, and like literally the second place he takes me to, and he's like, so guys, do you want to go to a doujinshi store? And I was just like, my fucking man,
Dude, I would go to
man.
Mandarake, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
The vintage stuff,
It's
dude.
Mandarake,
Vintage.
Mandarake, and like Tora no Ana, dude.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like the
dude,
shit.
of course, yeah. No, yeah, hell yeah, dude.
There's like no faster way to bond with someone than going through 7 fucking stories of anime porn.
Oh, it is Mandarake you went to. Oh,
I
shit.
think my first time going through like all of those floors, like I'm guessing you guys at one point went to Animate.
Sure, of course.
Yes.
we
Yeah.
did.
Okay. Yeah. Like there was. It seems like at first it's like a dream come true when you see all of these figures, but the first time there's like it's so overwhelming to the point it's like dizzy. But I mean, no. But
Yeah.
I like the system that they have also in anime where because there's so much they require you to like write on a card of what box and what number.
Oh yeah.
So that's
yeah.
like super useful to have.
Yeah, because it's like I remember first going. It was just like my biggest exposure to this much anime merchandise was in like an anime con or something like that, and anime was just like 7 floors of the dealer's room stacked on top of each other, and it was very, very fucking overwhelming.
And
but
then
great.
you find out like it goes underground.
Yeah. You can go in like the smaller stores and it's just like, oh, there's literally 7 floors of this and it goes underground as well, and you're just like, oh my fucking god.
And that's just one. And
That
that's just
mo-
one building.
That moment
awesome.
you realize you're walking through the normal streets of Akihabara, knowing that you're walking over 5 floors of porn under you.
Sure. It's a pretty good feeling, man.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Holden, have you been watching anything this season?
Yeah, dude, I've been watching Shingeki no Bahamut Virgin Soul, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Amazon Prime affiliate link in the description below.
Oh no, it's anime strike now, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
What do you think of the second season of Shingeki no Bahamut?
Man,
then?
it's like you expect it to not be great because you're like, well, it can't be as good as the first one. I've been burned so many times by like unnecessary sequels, and it's
right.
The coolest thing about it is it's super cool because it's not about any of the main characters from the first season. It's just about the world they lived in.
Right.
And it's super cool because the environment was probably one of the strongest parts about Shingeki no Bahamut all those years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I never actually finished the first season of Shingeki no Bahamut.
It's pretty dope.
But from what I remember, it was pretty fucking dope, and it looked great. It was by Studio Mappa.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
which is
Mappa,
like-
I'm enjoying them a lot. Like they're coming
yeah,
with a
that-
lot
cool
more
stuff.
shit.
Like Yuri on Ice, man. There it is.
Yeah.
Anime
Which
of the
I
year,
just finished this
2016.
Anime of the year.
Anime of the year.
According to Crunchyroll.
Animation of the year
RTG.
too. Boom.
Aki's enthusiasm with that. Yay.
Oh,
Dude,
As
we're
if,
getting
like,
the
she's
movie,
not
baby.
impressed.
Oh man.
Oh, we're getting that big screen gay shit, dude. I'm hyped.
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be movie of the year, man. Don't worry.
Can we get a kiss,
Fantastic.
please?
Oh, wait, we're getting a movie.
Yeah, they announced the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
this is
getting
a nice movie, man.
Yeah.
God.
Also,
Of course.
dude, Joey, like when we were going through the merch store and we saw like the walls filled with Yuri on Ice, he's like, "Can I burn that pillow with Victor?" And I'd be, dude, it'd be Yuri on fire now.
Oh,
Yuri,
wow.
fire meets ice.
Yuri on fire.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my
I couldn't-
God.
Season
I
two
can't even
confirmed.
imagine it because whenever I was there, it was like there was no huge, female-oriented show that was coming out at all. I think that maybe the closest
Not
thing.
really, no.
Oh, dude, it's like completely changed in like the last couple of years, thanks to like Yuri on Ice and like Haikyuu and
Yeah,
like
because
all
when,
those
Right.
when I
shows.
was there, it was the Kuroko no Basket was still in full swing. Was when I lived there, and so like the Kuroko
Yeah,
Cup
yeah.
and everything was going on, and like Makari Messe and everything. So I can't
then Yowamushi
imagine.
Pedal.
Oh yeah, Yoshimushi pedals. So yeah, because a lot of dashing for that one.
Yep.
But it's like I can't imagine what Yuri on Ice must be like then because it's such a phenomenon in that regard.
Well, is
Yeah,
it as big as it got here in the West? Because like it fucking like blew up
Yeah.
here
Yeah,
in
it
the West.
I mean,
exploded
yeah,
here.
it was huge here, dude. Like
Right.
it's still big. Like the fact that like it's becoming a movie so quickly, like just shows how big it is.
Yeah, and there was what else? But I think we went to a Dojin store, and then like you were looking so forward to it again because you were gonna show our friends that we brought there, yeah, because that's just kind of a tradition. But then you walk in there and you see it's literally mostly Yuri on Ice.
It's like shelves and shelves of Yuri and
That's the
Ice
thing about
Dojin.
Japan; they'll milk out like the most popular anime like everywhere until you can't milk it out anymore.
Right, so you probably
Yeah.
get so sick of it just seeing all the advertisements.
Looking at you, literally every idol show
I was
in
gonna say,
existence.
Oh, dude,
Love Live
it's like
was on
Love
every
Live
wall.
and Idol Master is like everywhere.
I remember
and
They
I
will
don't,
never
I
die.
do not get those.
every
anime at
train
all.
station.
I walk into any like store in Asia because it's not just Japan; it's like all over Asia. You walk into any anime store and they have like walls and walls of just Love Live and Idol Master.
Makes money,
And
man.
my first thought was just like, so this is what hell looks like.
You probably feel like you saw like all of it just by seeing all the advertisements and shit. It's like I don't need to see
Yeah.
this.
I know most of the girls, and I don't think I've ever seen. I don't know. I've never actually finished Love Live or Idolmaster, but I know most of the girls.
The only thing like Love Live or Idol Master related that I've been exposed to are the Dojins because they're actually not too bad.
Of course.
He's like, I need my Maki X Niku shit now.
yeah, dude.
Joey's like, by day they call me the anime man. By night I am the hentai dude.
The hentai master.
It's like his alter ego.
Anime man by day, hentai
Johnny,
master
Johnny
by
the
night.
hentai kid, dude. That's my name by night.
There you go.
Well, Gene, are you enjoying Yuri on Ice since like you are just getting back into anime now? So
Yeah,
missed, like, the,
I actually,
you missed like the hype, I guess. So you're going into it more blind than we
Than
were.
everybody
Yes.
else, yeah.
Than anyone.
Yeah.
You missed the fucking Crunchyroll Anime Awards,
Exactly.
so that was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we did our previous podcast about it, I don't know what you guys were talking about, so I just like stayed quiet because I didn't know anything about it. But
She's like, I don't like lesbians. Is this?
yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
lesbians or
that's
anything.
ridiculous.
Baka.
So what? So okay, what's your perspective of it? Like coming into this blind then, without all the hype that we've had to go through.
Well, I did enjoy it a lot. Like, I had to keep watching it. It was like one of those shows that the episode would end and I'm like, okay, next episode. And like, I was so happy I could do that because I didn't have to wait
Man, you're out of breath, Gene. That was awesome.
the next week for
Sure.
the next episode to come out.
Yeah.
That might have
So I
been
was
actually,
able
that
to
might have
just
actually
marathon
dampened
it.
my experience now that you mention it, Gene. Yeah, because
What?
I had to wait
Aaron.
week to week, and so
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know your
Yeah.
like your perspective would probably be a lot different, man. Because I was
Right.
like, because for the first 3 weeks, right, my perspective of the show was very different in the last 3 weeks of the show.
Yeah.
'Cause the first
Because
3
it
weeks,
kind of
I'm
started
like,
slow.
well, and I'm like, man, is this gonna be like a sports anime?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't wrong yet.
It's like, I wonder if this fatty will lose some weight. Like, that's all you're thinking, like, at first. Probably that's what you're thinking, like, wait,
I'm
next
like-
episode, will he be skinny again?
I'm rubbing my hands and I'm like, ooh, Excel World Season 2 with ice.
Oh, man. I don't know, Haru, I liked Haru. I don't know why. I liked
Are you
him.
kidding? Haru was great, man.
He was too chubby not to love.
Fully arc OP.
No, but, I mean, I was able to marathon it, so I did enjoy it. But, like, after, like, towards the end of the series, I felt like I was just watching a repeat of, like, every other episode. It was like...
Yeah.
The
I
Grand
mean,
Prix
that
is
was...
like, oh,
Well, yeah.
yeah, the same dance, and they just put a new dude in it, like, every episode for every competition.
Yeah, like, yeah, the thing is like, definitely when it got, like, halfway through up to the end, it's as if you were just watching, like, a real life, like, ice skating competition, using a lot of
Yeah.
terms that you probably don't know in ice skating.
Well, now I know
And
what a
then
triple
they-
salcho is. Thanks, Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, and then they, what is it? They start putting, like, a lot of emphasis on, like, what kind of moves they did, and then the characters like, whoa! They try to make a lot of, like, climactic scenes
Yeah.
based off of these moves that you,
Right.
to a viewer that doesn't know anything about ice skating, they all kind of look the same.
I mean,
Yeah.
Can
let's
I
be
be
fair
honest?
though. Like,
Yeah, like, sometimes when they were doing their dancing and the way the angle would be, you wouldn't see their hands or their feet. I'm like, these dudes just look like they have
Yeah.
like no fucking, there's no gravity, and they're just like
The only, yeah,
just being retarded in
Define
air
gravity.
or something. And it looked
The only
animation
one-
of the year, dude.
the only one that had a different type
I was
of
about to say, literally.
the only one that had a different type of, like, ice skating routine every time he came on was that guy that, like, pole dances, that, like, squeezes his own
oh,
butt
the Swedish
while-
dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
whatever his
something.
Christoph.
Yeah, Chris something.
Christoph?
Maybe Christoph. Yeah, it could be Christoph. I know it's Chris something.
It's not JJ Styles. Who cares?
No, Jesus style. Oh God, please.
Oh
Even though
yeah,
his
when
name
he had
was-
that whole song
Man,
dedicated to him.
I straight up could watch an entire series about just JJ Styles, dude, and his wife and his mom. It'd be so cool.
Was anyone else expecting him to just have a total, like, JoJo pose during one of those, like?
Yeah, I mean, he did it all the time during
routines that he
interviews.
had?
He would just dab, is what I was
Yeah.
expecting. Like,
I think my biggest problem with Yuri on Ice was that it wasn't like I went into it wanting it to be like, kind of like a sports anime, I guess. And as a sports anime, I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Right.
Obviously, there's this other layer.
I
of,
was
like,
only into it for like the romance aspect, but I didn't get shit from it.
Let's be real. I think like the people who went into Yuri on Ice expecting it to be a sports anime was like the 1%.
Yeah.
Well, okay, like
I wanna
first
know,
trailer,
like-
man, I was super buying into it. I was the first trailer with just the piano solo and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, they're gonna fucking change the game and shit again. Like, this looks incredible. And then it's just
Yeah.
you get the second trailer and you're like, I'm biting my nails. It has like a circus song and I'm like, oh god, like this might actually be as gay as I don't want it to be.
Yeah, when it comes to sports anime, with the thing that I liked about other ones, like, okay, let's just take like Yowamushi Pedal for example.
Sure.
They made the sport like interesting enough that even though you probably know nothing about cycling, they explained it in such a way where it works with the story and it works with like the struggle of the character trying
Yeah.
to ride up the hill.
Yeah.
But with Yuri on Ice, they kind of just named off the moves. They showed you the
Yeah.
routine.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really anything that really pulled you in if you knew nothing about the
Yeah,
sport.
it was just like, look how cool these characters look doing
I know.
a triple toe axis.
Yeah.
I was about to say triple toe X.
And it was also kind of like them kind of showing off like the animators of their ability to even make these scenes, which was impressive that they could do these, but
Yeah, man,
when you
animation
keep,
of the year.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's not the best animation ever, but the style of making ice skating and the way that they did it. I mean, yeah, I was impressed, but it wasn't enough for me to really like grab into the story like Yowamushi Pedal did when they explain just something as simple as like the wheel, and if like one part breaks off, that's actually a big effing deal, and then they try to like really bring it home on why that's a big deal and why that will ruin everything.
I would have preferred Yuri on Ice if there was like, I don't know, one of the guys like broke his leg mid routine or something.
I was kind of
oh shit,
some fucking
high
drama up in
stakes.
Yeah,
I did catch
Like, I don't
myself
know.
like during the show. I was like, oh, I hope he fucking falls. so like,
I don't.
so like Yuri would win or something. No, I mean like it was
Yeah.
catchy, but after it was just repeating itself after a while. I'm like, all right, I'm not getting anything I want out of it.
Like there wasn't enough time to develop the characters for me to care enough about their routines and what their routines meant. I think it was just a case of they just tried to do too much in too little of a time. Because like what drew me in the first episode was the fucking animation. Because if the animation had stayed that good, I would be really up for this, but like they tried to do like fucking 500 routines every episode, so of course it would have got boring, you know, it would have got stale if you just saw like the same routine. If they had just spaced it out a bit more or had a format where
it just seemed like their format was okay, keep showing everybody doing their routine and showing like the little intricate parts and their inner thoughts of like their performance, when it's like, why couldn't you just veer off the other people and maybe show us like a relationship or romance aspect like happening off the scenes or something like that, like give us more plot rather just putting us in like the audience seat in the ice rink.
The only characters that were received to that were like the borderline incest couple.
Yeah.
Who was it? The
Or
brother
those
and
triplets,
sister.
those triplets with the mom, I found like kind of cute, but
But yeah, so I think I learned more from ice skating from Blades of Glory than I did from Yuri on Ice.
yeah, that's for sure. But like
Oh my
speaking
God.
of the animation too, there's one thing that I noticed, and I never really noticed this before, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this or maybe I'm just fucking crazy, but like Yuri had so many different art styles. Like, I don't know. I felt like every time his face came on frame, like there was one art style, and then like you would see almost like a different face structure with him. And I don't know why they did
cleans
that.
up really well.
that's just called bad animation.
Yeah, that's called animation of the year.
I was just like, I didn't know like which face to keep like as him in my head, because it's like, who is he? Like, and it's like one episode he's fat, and then like he doesn't look fat in like half of the episode, and then he's fat again. It's like, if he's fat, can you keep him fat?
They don't know whether to keep him fat or not.
Yeah, because it's like when he was doing the initial like dance, that what was that dude? His fucking coach. What was his name?
It's
Why
Victor,
am I brain
dude.
farting?
Victor.
Yes, thank you. It was like he didn't look fat there, but he was fat because that was the first episode. So it's like you didn't keep the proportions right, and that just like threw me off.
Yeah, it's the on
altogether.
model.
I think it's because every time they like showed off like an ice skating scene, like they had to like bishify it. Otherwise, like
Yeah.
the Fujoshi's watching would have been like, I don't want to watch some like fat cunt like ice
Right,
skating.
right.
Exactly.
That's not what I signed up for.
Couldn't have been as well, I don't know. After Orange's like clear change in animation, it's been hard to really compete with
No,
that
we don't
one.
talk about Orange here.
Whoa! We can talk
Gene
about
just
Orange.
watched Orange, I think.
I
actually.
did.
Yeah,
I just
Gene-
watched
Gene
Orange
just watched
before
Orange.
Yuri on Ice. Isn't that
Yeah.
bizarre?
That's crazy.
We could totally talk about Orange. It's
Wait, what
okay.
did you like? God, Orange was. God, they did a live action film when I was in Japan. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, there's so many live action adaptations that just appear and just never leave Japan because
Yeah.
most of them are shit.
I mean, yeah,
But
it's
with
really-
Orange, like I just couldn't get into the anime. Like I read the manga before
No.
and I was super into that, but the anime was just missing something. I know. Like, did you read the manga before, Gene, or did you just watch the anime?
I just watched the anime.
What did you think of it then?
I did like it. I mean, I kind of just took it more seriously. Like, man, this is about suicide. Like, this could be a situation in real life for somebody. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's a nice show, especially for anybody that's looking to like, I don't know, feel better
Kill
about themselves.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, like if you want to kill yourself, please don't kill yourself and watch Orange. For anybody
Yeah.
watching
I mean,
out
with
there.
the story, I thought it was like, I guess the concept of, you know, these friends trying to really help a suicidal friend who isn't open about themselves. I guess he kind of depicted of someone being suicide and wanting to cover up his feelings for the sake of everyone else so that he doesn't have to burden them. I thought that was well done, but then as soon as they get to the part about like a weird effing like what is it?
Black
A black hole.
Future.
I was like, what?
I just
Time
happened?
travel.
I just let it
but
escape
yeah.
my mind, and I just I was like, all right, fuck this element. I still like the show. I had to
Yeah.
just kind of.
I mean, I still liked the concept of their future selves trying to reach out to their younger selves, because not
It
taking
shows
it so
their
literally.
regret.
Like it's trying to reflect. If anyone has lost anyone, what would you have done better back then?
Yeah.
Or would you have been able to see them or predict what would have happened? But I guess with the show itself, I mean, I guess that's just why I was following it, just to see if they would save Kakeru. But
But like in that season, I feel Real Life did that whole thing better.
I don't know why I
College
didn't like Real
boys.
Life.
I never watched Real
Dude,
Life
it's so
because
dope.
it was
man.
like
It takes place in college.
I've heard it's good, but
I heard. I think it's pretty like. I think it's way more decent than Orange in the whole like. What would you do if you could like redo your life and like change everything? Because like in Real Life as well, they had like this segment where like the main character is like the boss killed herself like after being harassed at the workplace because he was like too like backwards thinking and like not sticking up for her and shit like that. And like just the way like they explored that bit was like, I think it was better done than Orange, and also without the whole black hole bullshit.
All right, so I'm gonna watch that, and then I'll get back to you in the next podcast.
yeah watch, if you liked Orange, then I think you'll like
Real
Real
Life's
Life.
because it was weird because like what they did was they released
All at
Real
once.
Life all at once.
once,
So
yeah.
it was like they did it
Yeah.
like a Netflix show. But
Yeah.
apparently like the anime community just don't know how to deal with that because no one really talked about it because it was just like, oh shit, we have all these episodes at once,
Yeah.
but then there's also everything in the season. So I guess we'll just watch Real Life later then once we've caught up
Yeah,
to
and then
everything.
no one, yeah, and then
What's
no
up?
one did.
Yeah, and then no one did. It's just kind of like
Man.
which is kind of what I think is going to happen with Little Witch Academia because like
More like Rip Life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Little Witch,
'Cause-
and also the Devilman Crybaby as well, by which was announced by Netflix's acquisition of their deal with who was it?
oh
Misaki
shit,
Wasa,
yeah.
Misaki Wasa's
Yeah.
adaptation of Devilman.
Basically, any anime that just is licensed by Netflix is just like,
Blame.
well,
Damn.
I'm looking forward to Blame.
I'm super looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
I'm
hype
training
manga, dude.
myself.
Blame looks
Ooh, we can
great.
see the bear, dude. The bear with the AK. It's gonna be great.
I've been like training myself for Blame because I've been watching Kado.
Oh yes,
What?
have you seen Aijin?
IG no.
Arjun is awesome.
Aijin specifically, I think you would specifically as a person like it, knowing you. Aijin's
All
so
right.
cool, dude.
So Real Life and IG, get it on it.
Aijin's super
Yeah,
cool.
Arjun is awesome. I'm like a super huge fan of the manga.
Yeah,
and
dude.
when I saw the anime, I was like, oh god, 3D. But like, once you get past the whole 3D aspect of it, it's like it's super well done.
All
Yeah.
that pictures, man. They're improving is the big thing, man.
My problem with Arjun, because I watched almost the first season, was just I just had the main character just seems so off. You know what I mean? Because like
Oh yeah, he like kind of disappears halfway through the series.
He's not really a character. It feels like.
yeah, because it
Yeah.
was just like I was trying to like understand his thought process, but it was just so weird and out there. I mean, at first you think he's just like this kind of sociopath, and then he shows like some compassion, and then he goes back to just being this kind of robotic kind of character, and I was just like, I really couldn't wrap my head around him, and I guess that was like my only big thing that stopped me from just marathoning the whole thing, because I did really like Arjun. 3D aside, I don't want to get into another 3D debate.
Rest in peace, Berserk.
But actually, talking about 3D, there's one show this season that I didn't include in my seasonal video, but I think is actually one of the best.
Yep.
And that is I forgot what it's called. Is it Kado? The right
Kado,
answer?
yeah.
Kado?
The
Pretty
right
cool,
answer.
The right answer, yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you seen it, Gene?
Yeah, I just caught up with it last night. Man, I've been going
Oh my
fucking
God.
crazy with anime. like,
Shit, man.
man, I'm going crazy. I'm loving it.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Kado is about, basically, it's kind of like a first contact scenario where you have this alien that has landed on Earth, and it's more of a show about how you'd go about like communicating with this alien, and what it turns into is actually a very, very interesting thought experiment.
Yeah, it's And that's what I was gonna say too, because like it's 3D or it's CG, and it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't bother you because they're just talking.
It's the dream though, dude. It's Fire Emblem CG, man. Oh my god, Fire Emblem CG. I was so excited.
It's CG that doesn't bother you, but
Yeah.
because what holds the show up is its writing, which is
it's the story.
It starts off as a first concept, but then it turns into this weird thought experiment of, okay, I'm not going to spoil specific plot details.
Thank
but
you.
if an alien landed on Earth and gave humanity this far out technology that could advance the human race like by fucking millennia, right? If we had this technology in our hands, what would we do with it, and how would we go about even improving humanity? Are we even ready for it? Because it's just like, what happens is the alien gives this piece of technology and the humans ask, why are you here? And the alien is just like, I just want to improve the human race. Here, have this technology. And then we're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What do we do with this?
There's like a miscontrol in powers now.
Yeah,
Like,
the technology could easily be used for good, but can also be used for weapons, which could easily wipe out the human race.
Yeah.
And you get to thinking, man, humans are just pretty fucking stupid.
yeah. He's like,
Whereas-
why won't you take it and just use it?
Yeah, where it's this hard just to like from the alien's perspective, it's just like, why can't you just use this to improve humanity? I'm literally just giving this to you out of the goodness of my heart. And the human's just like, what the fuck? How do we even manage this?
This is your fault. And I'm like, but mate,
No.
I'm giving it to you.
But like, they're making the United States look like assholes
I mean,
in the show too.
That's a trope,
Like,
though. I enjoy that.
I
mean-
I just feel like shit when I see that. I'm like, oh fuck.
I mean, that's just that's like a fucking gate where the
They
United
hate me.
States are just where the United States is just the bad guy.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah, I always find that hilarious.
This is for taking Yokohama from us.
But no, like Kado, the right answer is definitely an underrated series, which I recommend anyone pick up this season because not many people are talking about it. I mean, I didn't even watch it before I released my spring video, and was just like, everyone was just like, "Oh, you missed out, Kado." Admittedly, I skipped it because it was 3D.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
But
lie,
you see, like,
initially.
it really doesn't bother you because it's more about like the story and the plot more than anything. There's not even like much movement or action
CG's
in it.
pretty good
Yeah.
looking, man. I like it.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, you only notice it when they're walking.
It's not Ganso, though. Not
Which
good
is
enough.
like, have many of you seen Tsuki ga Kirei, which is airing this season?
Yeah, I actually
I
have.
haven't
But
yet.
Oh my god.
I don't think anyone else has, though. So, but what do you
Okay.
think?
Not.
I mean, like, what do you
Well,
want to say?
Like, I don't know. I don't even know.
Has anyone started Clockwork
Yes!
Planet? 'Cause
Okay.
I could,
Hell
Okay.
Oh my God.
I stopped after
I
episode
can't.
1. I stopped after. Dude, no, Aki. Okay, I almost listened. I watched it last night. Seriously.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm on
okay.
a fucking roll. All right, so I saw the first episode last night, and like 5 minutes in, the kid's like, I guess like that fucking coffin like broke through the roof, and like his clock broke, and he's like, "My sweet lovers." I'm like, dude,
The
he's talking
coffin broke
about
through the
like.
roof. That sounded like a Little
Yeah.
John lyric. I don't know why.
No, I mean,
No.
you have to see it. I
Coffin
guess.
broken through the roof.
No,
And I can see
he's talking about his clocks as lovers. Like,
after Handshakers, I can see that the animators really just want an excuse to really use that like 3D animation of what is it like first the chains and now they're using it with the clocks. But yeah, no, with Clockwork Planet, like there was a lot of hype on it. Mainly, I guess it was just because it was from Yukamiya again, and then they were expecting something just as like aesthetically pleasing and with like a story like No Game No Life. But like with this one, I don't really know what the hell happened in the first one. It's like so much information was given at the same time,
Yeah.
and they made everything about clocks, and there wasn't really a point to any of the clocks.
I
much
didn't
of it did you
understand the
watch?
clockwork.
how many?
Huh?
How many episodes?
Oh no, 1.5 episode.
Okay.
So
half.
I've only
but
seen one episode myself as well.
I feel like I haven't read Clockwork Planet yet, but from what I saw in the animation, I feel like the clocks are just there to kind of just make something pretty for the animators to work
aesthetic.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for something for them to work on. Also, a lot of people were expecting like, you know, lots of bright, vivid colors from Yukamiya again, but with I think No Game No Life, that one was given by Madhouse, and this one's given to what is it, Zebek?
Oh,
Zebek?
yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Zebek.
Yeah.
Zebek boys.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Negima, never
I think they
forget.
didn't realize though that like just because it's a Kamiya Yu like novel, that doesn't mean the artist is gonna be the same.
yeah, and well, also, what was one thing? This weirdly turned quickly into a failing harem by
Yes.
half the first episode.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
The only anime from Zebek that they're really famous for are apparently harem, which is
course.
Turavuru
Yeah.
and Love
It's
Hina.
over it, man.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, was it
That's so
Love
weird
Hina?
because-
Love Hina?
Negima.
I said they made
yeah.
Negima,
Oh,
baby.
Negima, yeah, Negima.
No, not
Flexing
Love
my
Hina,
10-year-old
sorry.
muscles, bitch. Let's go.
Negima.
Negima.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't thinking of Love Hina. I was thinking of Keijo. They did Keijo.
Oh, hell yeah, they did
Oh
Keijo.
shit, they did Keijo as well. I
That's
completely
weird.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Anime of the year, baby.
It's weird that you say that
Oh,
because
man.
like Zebek for me or Zebek, sorry, I only think of Fullmetal Panic and Broken Blade. Like I only think of mechas when I hear Zebek. So like
Well, they're making Full Metal Panic the third
So
season.
they're
but
making
didn't-
third rate.
They
didn't
made-
handle the first two.
they made one other.
No. You're thinking of Studio Gonzo, which made the first one.
Okay, then I guess I'm just thinking of Broken Blade, but I thought they did. Okay, oops, my bad.
Apologies to Canon Perfect, who's probably listening to this and being like, "Oh, studios they mean anything." But yeah, with Clockwork Planet, the big red flag for me was that fucking finger blowjob
Yes!
scene, which just
I almost
came out
turned it
of
off at
fucking
that.
nowhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'd like that. That was a bit. That was the big red flag for me because like you had all this exposition.
Oh my god.
And then you were just like, what's going on? And then out of nowhere, this
Dude.
girl's just like sucking off a finger.
Yeah.
And it was, and I was just like, oh.
I literally paused the show and I thought to myself, do I want to stop now or try to finish the episode? I said,
paused
okay,
it, and I
I'll
was
try
like,
to finish the
thumbnail
episode.
acquired.
But moving on from what's on the season, has anyone been watching the big ones like Attack on Titan season 2?
Yeah.
Or
Who
are we just
hasn't?
all waiting?
Boy, of course.
I feel like so many people are talking about Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan has just spread like wildfire. Like, it's everywhere on the
Well, I
internet.
mean, they did wait a long time.
I think less people are talking about Attack on Titan season 2 than obviously like the hype's died down a fuck ton compared to what it was 4 years ago.
yeah. I
Well,
guess
that's
you're
because
right.
I
like-
think like the wait was so long that like people were just like, fuck, I'm gonna read the manga.
Like I've talked to a lot of people who are like super into Attack on Titan who know that the second season is airing, but they just
they might be waiting.
they
Yeah.
just haven't watched it, or they just seem like it's like, oh yeah, I'll watch it
Well,
eventually. you know?
also remember, like, it's been Attack on Titan came out like 4 years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess they dubbed it, so like a lot more viewers, especially over here in the West, probably are watching like the dub version. So they probably don't
That's
know
true,
of the
actually.
second season's existence yet until they
Yeah.
see it in stores or something, or
yeah,
Funimation.
because I guess Attack on Titan just broke all kinds of fucking mainstream barriers.
It had a lot of time to build.
I mean, I just think
Like-
I don't know why they had to wait 4 years to get on this fucking train again, because I feel like they've missed a lot by waiting 4 years.
I think it was just a hard production to make, man. 25 episodes just takes like, it could take almost 2.5 years to make that.
Oh, I thought it was only 12 episodes.
No, this
No, the original.
yeah,
one.
this was the original one. I guess that's true. And they're trying to get back on the Cabaneri train as well.
I mean, train.
yeah.
That was no pun intended. But yeah, I guess
That's
my quick thoughts on the second season of what I've watched so far. It's very, very different from the first season. Like anyone,
It's really thematically different.
Yeah.
It's not an action show anymore.
yeah, it's not an action show anymore. There's like
It's,
so far
it's a mystery show that has action in it.
it's a mystery
Yeah.
horror show, which is like Titans are fucking scary again, which is great because like
yeah, it's fantastic.
if you remember that feeling you had when you watched the very, very first episode for the very first time.
no more
and
kawaii
it's-
Titans.
Yeah, no, there's this like
Well, no, they're just as ridiculous, but
Kawaii Kyojin.
but the Titans are more lethal. They're not like before. They were just like playing Super Smash Brothers and hitting the dummy bag at like the practice range. They were just obstacles in the way for Captain Levi to go human blender.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas now they're like lethal again. One Titan can potentially kill somebody, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't like that before.
Yeah.
Unless they were just trying to be like, well, we got to kill everybody.
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, they're genuinely scary, and there's this mystery aspect which was never prevalent in Attack on Titan anymore, because
until the wall at the very end.
Yeah, until the wall at the very end.
Until literally just the wall was like,
yeah.
I'm a Titan. Bitch.
Oh my god, the wall went to shit.
But like it actually got me thinking, because I'm actually enjoying the second season a lot more than I enjoyed the first season.
Yeah, me too. Well, you both know like how I am about like characters.
Going into like Gigguk's question of like why it probably took so long. I mean, I heard one because the animators were being paid really badly, so like a lot like pulled out for some reason, I guess they didn't have enough, but I don't know how effective that was towards the anime. But another one was where the anime left off in season 1. I heard it was extremely close to where the manga was caught up with, and I guess he wanted to make the manga so far ahead,
right,
in order for it not so
he
that
can make
they
an
would
anime.
have a lot of material to work with,
Yeah.
for the anime, because I guess he had a choice of whether to I think I made a video on this one, like saying that he had a choice of he can either just make them both at the same time, or if like the anime goes ahead he can probably just improvise, or he spends more time on the manga and waits it out and then has something to give out to the fans of Attack on Titan. Not to mention, he made that manga come out monthly instead of weekly.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we have to consider 4 years is like, 4 times 12. You're going to get a whole lot. Like, it's 48 chapters, which is basically double the length that it currently is.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe it was also, like, in a mix with, like, I guess other, like, technical stuff with the staff. But they also worked on Kabaneri, which is weird. But what was I going to say? With this season, though, I've read the arc already, and I do like I forgot who said it earlier, that they're making Titans scary again.
Yeah, that was me.
And and I guess like from this point on for a little bit, this is more of like trying to reveal like now everything that the Titans are, and in contribution is to like the hidden, I guess, what is it? The goal behind what they're trying to do,
Aaron's
and like
basement.
who's behind it all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just
the
go
fuck's
over
in
the
that
effing
basement?
manga. That was a fantastic video. But yeah, no, it's kind of funny because like Joey and I, we were also thinking at the same time when we were watching this anime, when you know who's who, then you start seeing like, I know why you looking the way you are.
I was
right
so
now.
like after episode 1, because like I've already like I'm pretty much like caught up to the manga like monthly,
Right.
and so like when I saw episode 1, I was like, man, I wonder what would happen if I just went on Twitter right now and I just gave spoilers like to
Well, thank you for
Get
not.
crucified, dude.
like
Damn.
how many people would want to like kill me?
I think I think another reason why this arc isn't so much actiony is because they already gave us so much in the first season.
Yeah.
This is the time when the story itself is now supposed to unfold.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, but I still like it, and I like that not a lot of, from animation stuff didn't change even though we've waited so long. I feel like I could easily smooth in, like, if I were to start season 1 again, I could easily just smooth into season 2, and it looks like,
it looks
Yeah.
exactly the same, which is something that's surprising, because so many
Super
season
consistent.
2s like change like art styles like subtly in like say something like Haruhi or something like that, where the first season looks very different from the second season, where they try to like chaonify all the character designs. But for me, with this being only 12 episodes, do you think they are going to announce another season of Titan in the last episode? Because I feel like that's like a trend that's
the
just
trend.
happening now.
Yeah, I was about to say that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
I mean, they'd be stupid not to.
You just kind of like, but it's just kind of like the format now. I think the 2017s, it's just not. I don't think that you should air two shows, because you can cover an entire year if you air every other season. Like if you think about it that way, you cover more relevance that way than if you do it all sequentially. Because then you get to restart again with another first episode, and that kind of incentivizes people to, potentially go back or catch up. Whereas if I see episode 15 has been released of a show, I'm like, fuck, I missed that train. Like, I'm done. Like, I can't. But if you see episode 1, like with Boku no Hero Academia, for instance, that revitalized my interest to go back and watch season 1 and finish it this time.
And because there's a
Instead
fucking
of stalling
tournament
it like I did
arc.
last time.
Just gonna throw
Yeah.
that
There's
out.
a tournament arc.
Yeah.
I live for tournament arcs.
What's I'm trying to think of another anime I've seen this season. I saw just like the first episode of Alice to Zoroku because when I saw the summary, I thought it was kind of interesting to have an old man as the main
That
character
really
protagonist.
surprised me.
And then
I really enjoyed
The
that.
what?
Alice to Soroku.
Yeah, I love that first episode.
yeah, and you know the relation. I thought it would have been really interesting to when I saw that it was supernatural also, and then he has like he grows like a weird, I guess, or not weird, just a relationship with like a little girl. So I guess like that kind of like brought me in at first. That first episode though, at first I was wondering why it was going for so long. I didn't realize until.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it was a double episode as well.
Yeah, like I told myself, I said, I'm either getting really into this or this is really long. Then I was like, oh crap, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well then.
No, the thing about, because I didn't read the synopsis, I just went in literally just looking at the cover, which is just like the old guy in Alice, and it was just like, oh, this is probably gonna be like a slice of life of an old guy,
Like an Usagi drop.
Oh, let's just not talk about
yeah.
Usagi drop. 'cause-
Okay.
It was funny. Garnt just found out how the fucking manga is.
Yeah.
I'm like, Garnt, you're so.
Oh, I
out.
have the
out of the
manga.
Have you read the manga, Gene?
No, it's sitting in a crate in my basement. It's in my basement.
Oh hell yeah! I can't wait for
When you read the
someday.
manga and finish it, we got to talk about it.
I
pretty
I
hype.
bought the manga carrying on from where the anime ended, so I heard a little bit. So I bought.
Hi.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I get to that.
But yeah, that's what I thought the show was going to be, like that kind of show. So when we had this kind of like elfen lead style escape, like fucking little girls experimenting on beginning, I was like,
Right.
what the fuck is this? It's like,
Oh,
why
God.
is there a girl literally floating on a giant fucking titan arm? Like, this is definitely not what I expected it to be. And that it was that element that kind of that blending of the old man slice of life element with the supernatural element that I really, really enjoyed. But I really, really hated the CG. The CG was goddamn awful in
Oh yeah, with the car.
yeah, with the car and the fucking wrecking ball.
Yeah, that was super weird.
Yeah, yeah.
It came in
That
like a wrecking ball.
Exactly. That was just a giant fucking wrecking ball chasing this mini, and it just looked like the worst fucking PS2 game of all fucking time.
Again, just like with Clockwork Orange, like with those different
Clockwork
animations.
Planet, you mean?
Clockwork Orange, my god.
I was like,
With
whoa.
Stanley Kubrick's 1980s masterpiece.
My bad.
Yes, I too also love Stanley Kubrick. When he
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick just uses shit CG. Jesus.
Yeah, we've been
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh man,
Real at all.
what the fuck happened to Stanley Kubrick? He went from fucking this to fucking Clockwork Girl blowjobs. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, so those little things like that they did with Alice to Zoroku, and then like just the unnecessary over the top, very detailed animation that they've been trying to do is just an excuse for them to try out something new. I don't know if they'll be utilizing any of those in like some good anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that
shit,
part.
shots fired.
Oh shit. Harsh
Man,
words.
that was
Yeah.
some shade.
I'm just being.
No, that was
That
awesome.
was awesome. Savage Aki is best.
What was
Aki.
another one? Yay. Oh yeah, speaking of what are some good anime that I've really liked? I really did like, this isn't from spring, but March Comes in Like a Lion. That's the first anime. It's so weird. That's the first anime I've teared up at. I have never cried. Well, actually,
Dude, Sun
the
Gods no
only
Lion is so cool,
It's
man.
so good.
yeah, the only other anime I've cried at was Monster Rancher, only because it ended. That was the only fucking reason. Yeah, I know, right? So weird.
We talked about this on our own podcast last week, and she's like, I cried watching Monster Rancher, and like I didn't grow up with this, so I looked it up, and I'm like, you cried to this shit?
Monster Rancher,
Because
Oh my god.
the
briefly.
yellow eyeball dude.
Yeah, no, just briefly, my brief reason is because that was the first time where I finished an anime journey from beginning to end, so that
Sure.
was like a lot for me to take in, and I was like, I don't know, 7 at the time, so it wasn't like a huge, shonen thing where you like watch like 300 episodes. It was a regular, I forgot how many episodes it was, but it felt like it was 300 because the journey was just so long for me. But yeah, no, that was the only reason. But March Comes In Like a Lion I teared up at because I guess it's, well, one, it's really interesting seeing the concept that they're taking a guy who is successful, who wins all the time, but he's depressed of, well, I'm not going to give any spoilers of like his past or anything, but one big reason is because he finds his success to be the burden of other people, and he sees the pain that he's kind of causing the loser.
Yeah.
And so the
Yeah, I
fact
only
that,
saw-
especially by episode 10, where he is like yelling at like the sky or like yelling at, you know, the people that he wishes he could yell at, saying, you're not trying hard enough. It's not my fault you're losing. But deep down, he still blames himself that like, I could easily just lose on purpose just to make them feel better. But he has his own pride to take care of, but it's like kind of killing him on the inside. And I really loved it. And it was also interesting to see so many big names that, oh, she just cut out.
Keep going.
But it was so cool to see that there were so many big names that support this, not like production wise, but just like they loved it so much. Like the guy who made Berserk, he made that like little card at the end of episode 1, and then also
instead of writing more Berserk, Jesus Christ, Mira.
And then,
This is what he does
and then
now. He just cameos himself in other people.
Cameos himself instead of writing more
that's
Berserk.
that's what he's been doing this whole time. He's like, I'm gonna make cards for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, March Comes In Like a Lion was fantastic. Also, I like a Bump of Chicken who did the opening.
Dude, I was
because,
going to say, they made the opening a year before, man. That was like,
Yeah.
I mean, the ending theme,
Well-
I think it was, actually.
Yeah, it became the ending. It was cool how that worked out. They made that because they loved the manga,
Yeah, so
and then
they-
and the manga
Yeah.
artist came
Fans.
to them.
I mean, one thing I really liked about...
So cool. The opening and ending are both absolutely incredible also, might add.
Yeah, the one thing I liked about March Like a Lion is it's just so well directed. There are some scenes in it that are just brilliant, and it's Shaft at their absolute very best, because it's still the visual style still looks very Shaft, but it uses it in a way to enhance the scene rather than just being like, oh, look at this, it's Shaft animation with Shaft art. But the thing I liked,
It's another Yukishimbo direction, right?
it is.
Probably.
But
I don't know.
it's
I
of
think it
course
is.
the obligatory, but who directs Shaft?
Yeah.
Because whilst he's, of course, the chief director, there was a lot of individual moving parts to something like that.
Yeah.
It's still super surprising coming from the studio that brought you Nisekoi, that they bring you, something like this.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Nisekoi was
Yeah.
definitely an anime where it was just like, it was just the Shaft
totally Shaft.
visuals where it was just like, I don't really see the point for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it was.
a fucking-
they
it's
just
a
applied
fucking
the Instagram Shaft filter to Nisekoi, and that was what Nisekoi was. It could have just as easily been done by A1 or JC.
Or
right?
Zebek.
Or Zebek.
Yeah,
Zebek.
my boy.
Probably would have
But
liked it more.
No, it was just Shaft was like, we're taking it, we're putting the Instagram filter on it.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh yeah, speaking of some studios that like are kind of weird. One is that new one that Madhouse just kind of created out of nowhere for one anime, and that's Studio Nut. for
Nut.
Yojo
I was about to
Senki.
say you have to talk about Nut.
Yeah.
Studio Nut.
Studio
Nut.
Nut. Yeah. Has anyone finished or watched Yojo Senki?
Dude, of course. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
not.
It's pretty edgy, dude.
It's edgy as fuck, dude.
Go on.
Yeah, she's a really strong character, but I feel like she's put in like such like a not a very good, I guess, not as an equal leveled story as for someone as crazy as her,
I agree with
to
that.
put it in a nutshell.
Well, the thing is, like, what was it good? Because, like, I feel like, okay, so, like, professional anime YouTuber here, I didn't watch any shows from last season. It's just all coming out now.
It's
So,
cool.
like, nothing really stood out for me, aside from everyone talking about Maid Dragon.
Dude, Akka though, man. I
Yeah.
have to say it, or the people are gonna crucify me. Dude.
Yeah.
Akka 13 is so good, man.
Well, Arca is just like
get
Holden, the anime.
Dude, it's so good, dude. How do they do it, man? Tax auditing. How do they do it? I don't get it, man. It's just them adapting super smart source material as like as good as they can.
I still haven't seen it, but I need to now that you say that.
I think Kobayashi's Dragon Maid was like a nice refreshing in the life of slice of life slice of life genre. But to be honest, I think one slice of life that I still put above that as of recently is Sweetness and Lightning, which was definitely very over.
Oh, I love that.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, that was so good.
I'm
Hashtag daughter goals.
Yeah.
That daughter was just absolutely like fantastic, and I it really breaks your heart, like when this is a seinen anime for anyone out there that wants to know like if they want to watch this or anything. But going from like the dad's perspective of seeing like he wants to play both the father and the replacement of the mother, and not trying to explain things to the daughter, and trying to like just use culinary as a way for moving on. I really loved that concept of the anime. Like, even though in every single episode it's kind of like the same routine, it's just a new type of food.
Yeah.
You see how much it means to them because it's stuff that the mom made, and it's a way for them to both bond together as father and daughter, but also to remember the things that their mother had done for them. And then that episode 9, oh my god, when she starts crying, when she knows. Oh man, that broke my heart.
That voice actress is so
I
good,
hope that voice actress of the little girl just never grows up, because she has the most because she voices the little sister in a silent voice as well, and fucking every time every time she opens her mouth, it's just like I don't care about Moe, but like every time she opens her mouth, I get it. It's just like, it just melts your heart.
Dude.
It's just like,
Dude, with Sumugi's voice, like, I think the little touch that really sold me about her voice is the little lisp that she does. She's like, Oto-shan!
Yeah.
Like,
I
I thought that was so cute.
It's so fucking adorable.
That anime was so fucking good. Like, and I was just, like, going around Crunchyroll, and I just saw that, and I was like, oh, this might be good, and I'm hungry, and I just ended Food Wars. So... Then I went in there, and then I was like, oh man, I'm hungry and I'm sad. Fuck.
God damn it. Has anyone watching? Has anyone seen Recreators this season?
I saw the first episode of that like just today.
What do you think of it, Joey?
It's like I kind of like knew what it was gonna be about. I was like, oh, it's like gonna be the most meta anime ever created. Like,
it's so
like,
fucking meta. It's like
it makes meta look meta. Like, it's like, oh, let's make an anime where the characters know that they're in an anime, and they have to go back into said anime. But let's show that by showing you an anime about that anime.
Yeah, it seems like, because there seems to be this like trend in anime now where it's like everyone's trying to out meta each other, and then Recreators comes along and is like, you guys have seen nothing yet.
yeah.
It's like, so it's like awesome. It's like light novel characters and video game characters being brought into the real world, and like they know that they are light novel and video game characters. It's really fucking weird, but
it's cool because you get to see how like characters meet their creators. It's like your OC hates you and shit. I love it.
Yeah, but like
it's super cool.
It's super cool, and like the action, which was what drew me in initially, because like I didn't know what it was
Troika,
about.
Man, come on.
Yeah, it's Troika, which I really hope that it's not going to end up in the same vein as Out No Zero.
Even if it was, man, it's still worth the ride.
It'll be a fun ride. It'll be a fun ride, which is like it'll be either great. Or it'll just be like so bad that it is just entertaining to watch, which is why I'm.
Well, it's gonna have 22 episodes, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like every time I see an anime now that's over 12 episodes, I'm just like,
your expectations are like.
I pat the sweat off my head, dude. I'm like, are we back in the bubble?
Are we ready for this?
Frantically checks watch.
Are we back in the golden age?
I start like my dyslexia kicks in, and I'm like, is that one really there next to the second digit on the right? Is it 2017 or 2007? Where are we?
It's like it must be a big deal when like every studio now has like commitment issues, and so when one studio just actually commits enough to say, hey, from the get go, we're gonna make this 2-core, you're like, oh shit, this is the real fucking deal now.
I feel like as soon as they make it 2-core, I'm just like, oh, this is serious. Like, I'm like, there's so much money in this. Like, this has to work, or it's going.
This
to fail.
has to be good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
Dude, I can't. I remember when I found out that Little Witch Academia is 2 core, and I was like, "Are you what?" And I was like, "Are you serious? This
Yeah.
is 25 episodes?" They're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Damn."
and then
Netflix, get on
Netflix,
it.
and then Netflix brought it, and you're like, oh fuck, nobody's gonna
Yeah.
watch it.
Dude, with Little Witch Academia, like I was thinking, man, like the industry's saying that they're like losing money, and then they have some low budgets in order to make like the anime longer. But then you've got Little Witch Academia, whose entire budget was off of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
What was it,
Wow.
or something like that?
Well, it was just like the
Pretty sure
second
it was,
movie was.
The second movie, and then that allowed funding because
Yeah.
which was Enchanted Paradise. Maybe they didn't use all their funding there, and they could have used Kickstarter funding.
Yeah.
I actually, oddly enough, I just got my Under the Dog Blu-ray in like 2
Oh man,
weeks ago.
Wow.
what a disappointment! What?
And I got it in, and I just have it, and I'm going to keep it as a reminder. And whenever I'm about to spend money, I'm going to hold the case with both hands and look at it. And then,
I put like
and then I'll decide if I
I
spend
put
my
like
money.
$60 into that, and it's just like it was. Just, I feel
I-
like a disappointed father. It's just like
It's-
I
we
put
were
so much
wanting
into
so
you,
much to-
and you just this is what I get. I've
It
never.
looked so cool, dude. They used M4s and shit. Like, it was awesome. And then you're like, what's happening? It wasn't even like, oh, none of this is relevant. And I was like, wow, disappointment hollered on my dreams.
Yeah, there's this anime that just came out this season. I actually wanted you guys' like input on the
Sure.
all the POV anime coming out because
Oh,
Roommate
POV.
just got
Oh,
released.
I think I know which. Is it the one where you're a? I think you're a girl and you go into like a harem. You go into a harem of guys.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Serum, yeah.
Each episode's like 2 to 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and you spend it with like a different
Yeah.
guy. It's like the one.
It's like if they grabbed a visual novel and just like directly turned it into an anime.
if they directed your own visual
Yeah.
novel.
Oh, you're talking about
But by the
Roommate?
way, Gene,
Yeah.
you're the one who needs to get on this the most.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
it?
Out of
Okay.
any of us.
What's it called?
Roommate.
I've
That's
heard
its
of
Roommate.
it, but
It reminds me a lot of Pillow Boys.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
Yeah,
dating myself.
It's the same people, I believe.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd make a lot of sense.
Well, here's the thing about that studio. They're always making POVs. They made Anatole X, they made Pillow Boys, they did One Room, now they did Roommate. They're all POVs. It's the same concept, and I don't know who the hell's funding any of this for them to make 4 different anime having to do with POVs.
well, I
Holy
guess
shit.
it's easy if their episodes are only like 5 minutes long. They don't have to
Yeah.
put too much production into it, so they're able to just spit out a
Well,
bunch.
this
I guess someone's having this on in the background, like because they do it for obviously both guys and girls now.
Damn, guys, I added a lot to my watch list.
God damn, Gene, I thought
Roommate.
you were on it.
Buccano is still last on the list.
Oh my god, we started on
Put
Bacchanal.
that to the top
Yeah.
right now.
I'm probably gonna make a video just of me interacting, or just maybe even not interacting with those guys. Like when you watch this, Gene, like you're going to feel like you're watching Dora of the Explorer when she asks you a question
Oh,
and you don't know
jeez.
what's creepier, like you responding or you just sitting there not saying anything.
You know what? I might like that. It might bring me back.
That's how I felt when I watched Pillow Boys, man, because I was like so apathetic about it. I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't give any more shits about this anime than
That
I
was pretty messed up when they get you to interact with a 5-year-old boy, and they give you a bio before the episode even starts. And with the one with
like
the
that helps.
yeah, and then with the 5-year-old boy, they gave his name and his age. Like I think he was like 10 years old, and the description was hot 5-year-old boy.
Oh my
All
god.
right. Thank
It's
you,
like,
Japan.
This is the future of anime.
Right.
This is
This-
modern anime.
This
Thank you,
season
Japan.
though, we got those
Owen?
hot monks, dude. I was like, oh no, let's go. Give me
Oh
some of
yeah,
the-
that one.
Dude, I was like, are you real? This is happening?
Wait, what?
What's
What,
that?
what
Yeah,
was
you
this?
know.
What was this?
There's the I think it's what is it? It's the one. It's Yoru. It has Yoru in the name, so it's something night. But
Hold
it
on,
was,
I've got the list here right now. Hold on, I know what you're talking about.
Hold
When
on.
I saw that monk,
That's
I
my
was
name,
like,
don't
whoa.
wear it out.
Dude, when I saw that monk, I was like, whoa, Misty got his own anime.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, it
holy
looks like
shit.
Misty Connexia.
Yeah. I was like, it legit looks like if Misty was like in an anime.
If we
dude.
used
It's
like the MS spray can to add like some stubble, it would be Misty.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, Soryo to Majiwaru Shikioku no Yoru ni. Yeah, I know why you'd probably.
Yeah, aka bald guys.
Oh shit! I think I know what you're talking. I think I saw the fucking
Yeah.
cover for this, and it just looked
Yeah.
really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's the bald guy
It's
embracing
a reverse
some
etchy,
chick.
dude, and I was like, dude, I can get behind this. I've been like proclamating that we need reverse etchy for years now.
Yeah.
Wait, so did you watch it?
Yeah, of course, dude. I've read the manga.
And how
too.
was it?
Dude? It's. I mean, it's pretty fan servicey, man. I was pretty.
Well, because like the last reverse harem I saw was the fuck was it called? Brothers Conflict,
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit! Wow.
which was just like it was just like at the end of it I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Well, I think it's important to note that it is 5 minutes. It's one of the shorter things, like one of those really short TV shorts. But it's
okay.
So it's super low commitment.
Yeah.
And because of that,
because Brothers Conflicts was like full 20-minute episodes.
Holy
that
shit.
was
That is a commitment for a reverse harem.
Yeah.
because I mean, and because it's so short, the commitment's really low. So it's always worth just trying. The same reason that like, God, all those years ago, I was like, man, Pupa might be good. And I was like,
Oh my God, I've completely forgotten.
I
about
had
FIFA.
so much expectation for that dude because I love the manga of that.
Yeah, same.
And I was
And
just
so I was
like,
maybe
why?
it'll happen. I think they're-
You know,
I guess it
Oh,
works that
so
it's so
sad.
short. Like you could literally just
is
like
really
go
big
take a shit
here,
and
I
watch
don't
that
know
show
why.
while you're at it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so mobile.
Because it
what I
was
did
pretty
with,
shit. That's
Yeah.
you can shit for much longer than you watch the show. Yes.
It's a visual laxative.
If you're constipated.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Um.
Hold on, I'm gonna go watch an episode of Pupa.
Yeah.
Pupa, you mean poop?
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for someone
Got
to say
him.
What a
that.
knee slapper.
Take it, boys.
You know what anime is like really big here in Japan right now? It's the season. I've been meaning to see it. Is what is this called? Like Oshitsu Kyoshi Hainet.
What?
This one, the Royal Tutor.
Oh, the Royal
I heard of
Tutor. I
that.
saw the first episode of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I don't know anything about this, and there's only 6 episodes right now. But I've been seeing a lot of this in Japan.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's like the opposite of like the whole moe thing, where it's cute girls doing cute things. Where apparently they realize
Okay.
that girls want to see classy boys doing
Yeah.
classy things
It's hot.
in a classy way. That's the trend for that kind of thing. I mean,
It looked like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Butler show to me.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
it follows the vein of something like Oran High School Host Club or Black Butler or that kind of thing.
Not that anything's wrong with Oran High School.
Not
Host
that
Club.
anything's wrong with that. I'm just saying it just fits in that category.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fuck, Gene.
Yeah. What I do want to
To-
talk about though is Boruto, which
Dude, it's a
Yeah.
pretty cool anime, dude.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Me and you, Holden, we we followed
We started
Naruto,
'cause of Naruto,
through
yeah.
thick and thin, and we were just like, we held the funeral. Like, we held the funeral for Naruto. We were just like, thank you for giving us our childhood and everything, but we're just ready to let you go now. And then Boruto comes along, and we're just like, dude, we buried you. Just stay dead, please. Just stay dead.
I think it's super cool because it's like I do not believe it can maintain this level of quality.
I don't either.
Because it's like I don't know, man. It feels just like the first time you watch Naruto.
I
and
know.
Stuff. Like
It's so good.
Oh,
it
God.
captures the essence super well.
It's so good, and because the thing is, it feels fresh at the same time, but it feels
Oh, yeah,
familiar. It has this perfect balance where you feel like you've re-experienced Naruto again, except you're not in a sense. And it just really surprised me because the fucking fourth Ninja War arc just fucking killed the franchise for me. And I thought that nothing else could come that could ever entertain me again. And Boruto, not only like the series, but the movies as well, which I think is the best thing the franchise has done for a very, very long time, is definitely worth a watch. For any Naruto fans, or like even like any new fans just getting into anime and want to be like, hey, what was this Naruto shit that all these old guys were talking about? Because, yeah, we're pretty old now. I'm not not gonna mention that. But yeah, it's just a great fucking nostalgia trip.
So would you say that Boruto? Do you think that they need to watch Naruto before Boruto, or do you think it's like that fresh? Because I'll be honest, I didn't keep
Sure.
up with Naruto like until early Shippuden.
You don't have
It's
to watch
that
Naruto.
fresh.
You don't have to
need
watch
to.
Naruto.
It's
There's like
because it never flashes back to the original show at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't even
Okay.
reference the other show.
Yeah.
The cool thing about having known it is that you see a lot of familiar things. You're like, I know these side characters because they were side characters for 10 years. And it's like, back in my day, these guys watched the tuning exams. Like, like a lot of the people are the same. It's just a lot of people have grown up and they're different.
Yeah.
But a lot of it feels super familiar because you're like, oh, I've spent years in the Kona. But if you haven't known it at all, it still feels kind of like, you know, this is just this guy doing stuff, and you can pass off people. It's like if they made a Pokemon series, Pokemon wouldn't change if like Ash had a kid or something, right?
Right.
But if you knew who Ash was and everything, you might care more. But basically all the side characters are relegated to a position of like the same kind of position you'd put somebody in a normal shonen series, like All Might. Think of All Might as like Naruto now. They kind of fill the same role. Naruto's not like Deku anymore. Yeah. He's kind of just this, you know, this guy with his smiles, grinning, and his fists on his hips, like, "Hey son, what's up?" And it's just like that's a crazy dad right there. And but he's just the supportive guy.
So is Boruto is it done in a way where it's making tribute to those that grew up with Naruto, but also like introducing?
Yeah, because Boruto is actually nothing like Naruto. Which is what feels fresh. Is like he has a very different. He's a very different character from Naruto, which is
not stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, which is it's not just the same thing all over again. Which is what makes it feel fresh. But we get to see like all these characters we grew up with playing a kind of like a more mature role, which is really surprising because Naruto is actually a really shitty dad.
No, he's terrible.
He's a terrible dad, and it's just like it was so interesting that Sasuke is a much better dad than Naruto is, and it's just like what?
Plot twist.
Did not expect
It's
this.
kind of like the comparison between like Gohan and Goku, right? Like how Gohan is much more reserved and level-headed and like a kind person, whereas Goku's just like this selfless alien who wants to be Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like it's really cool because you get to see the difference between parents and kids, which is like real life. But like it's super different than what you'd expect. Like because he's not stupid. Like I can't say it enough. Like Naruto was a stupid kid, and Boruto just isn't an idiot, and that's shocking because he looks like Naruto, and so I'm like he's going to do stupid stuff now. And he just doesn't.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
super refreshing.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover from this season. Unless there's anything else you guys have seen or want to talk about.
Man, we talked about a lot and then some.
We talked about quite a lot. I mean,
the only thing I want to mention is 7 Mortal Sins. Watch it. There you go, kids.
Oh yeah,
my Opie defenders. I know you're out there, dog. I got you.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop it. It's been a hell of a lot of fun.
Leave it off with the Opie.
Yeah, fucking. Okay, so like just to bring it all back, my final thoughts are watch Eromanga Sensei and just join me in this trash bag. Please join me in this trash bag. There's plenty of fucking room. Jean's in here as well.
Yes, no, actually, it's a dumpster truck, Garnt. Get it right?
Yeah. That is true. We heading to the landfill, boys.
Yeah, we're fucking we're getting this dumpster truck with us, and we're heading to the landfill.
A fucking trash party.
Room, you know?
Join it.
Oh my god, but yeah, thank you all for joining me today. It's been
no problem, man. Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, with 3 different time zones, this was a bugger to get together, but
yeah, but I mean, I'm happy it finally happened.
Yeah,
for sure.
Since you came to me 2 weeks ago, Jean, and just like, I want to talk about Eromanga Sensei. Okay, let's wait a bit to talk about this in public. And 2 weeks later, finally did it.
I've been suffering. I was suffering so much. I was like, fuck this, I gotta make a video about it. I can't wait.
Okay, so with me today has been Holden from Holden Reviews.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I said Holden Reviews again.
Holden Casanova.
It's not from anything. It's just Holden Casanova, I guess now.
It's because your Skype name is still Holden Reviews because you never. use Skype
well,
anymore.
that shows you how often I use Skype. Thanks for having me, dude. If you guys want to hang out with us ever, you can go check out the Anime No Yume or the associate Discord with it.
Oh yeah, We Holden has we all have a kind of Discord community, which I guess we can shout out now. Though Holden's in there way more than me because I'm busy doing anime
it's
YouTube
a lot of fun,
shit.
Man.
Yeah,
I love it.
So join if you want. Link for that will be in the description. Also, we have Jean from Anime Appraisal.
All right, it was a pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me. And until next time.
We have Joey, the anime man from the Anime Man.
Joey the Anime Man from the Anime Man. Yeah, thanks for having us, dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we have our own podcast show
Oh,
too
yeah,
called
you
The
can
Anime
shout
Show.
that out.
You're gonna advertise.
Go
There's no
ahead,
shame.
go ahead. This
I
is
mean, I just did that too. Like, it's all good.
we will all like channel our inner Jeff Thew and just shill like everything we can. Which
Yeah.
Go to Bookwalker, by the way. Use coupon code Gigguk. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crunchyroll.com/Anime Man, please, everybody, check it out.
And
I'm Aki from Dearest.
Aki from Akidearest.
Akidearest. It just flows so well.
Aki from Dearest.
Aki from Dearest.
I just want to call you Akidearest.
Aki the Dearest.
Come
Yay.
hither.
And thank you very much. Have a good day. Oh,
Bye.
okay.
Please
I
subscribe.
feel like so relieved now because like I've wanted to talk about these shows for fucking ages. So like I literally just feel like I've just orgasmed all this out. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I feel great.
Oh yeah, my ovaries bursted long ago.